Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. Today we have a 1v1 between Barcast and Domino. Barcast here starting in blue, playing Armada. And going vehicles straight off the bat. Their opponent today, Domino, also playing Armada and also going vehicles. Both players starting off with solar here, with wind only being 10. Not the best of wind strength. Not terrible, but not the best. There is 5 difference between the top wind and bottom wind, so it's not going to drop to 0, but still wind going to 5 is pretty shit. So as we scroll around to get a bit of a better angle and zoom on out, let's have a look at the map. So it's been a little while since we've seen Greenhaven. Not too long though. It is one of the maps in the Bar Pro League pool, which is why we're having players play it today. This match was from before the Bar Pro League qualifiers, so just bear that in mind. No changes to balance have happened since then, but just for your reference as to when this actually happened. So we see Domino attempting to try and sneak in a scout here, but unable to, I'm about to say unable to do so, but this one almost got in. Is he going to get that one down there? No. Good defense there by Barcast, able to use his scouts effectively to secure his metal extractors. But Barcast's position in the bottom corner here is an interesting one. It does give him a fairly safe position here to start. Good defense again. Gives him a fairly strong, safe position to start. You know, he's just got to defend a corner here. But that does also somewhat limit his expansion if he gets contained. So we'll see how quickly he gets contained or not. He has to make sure that that doesn't happen. Domino is attempting to try and keep him in this corner with these scouts straight off the bat. Both players just pushing out scouts, with Domino now transitioning to blitzes. Whereas Domino being in this position, he's got a fairly safe job expanding north now, especially with Barcast being in this corner. Domino can also push this way with relative ease without really worrying about Barcast pressuring it. And as long as Domino continues going this way and putting pressure on Barcast, it is going to be harder for Barcast to be able to expand this way with constant pressure coming in from here. And exactly what we see right now as Domino has some blitzes and some scouts ready to try and jump in here. Barcast of only scouts. We'll see how much they're able to do. The LLT goes down pretty quickly. Oh, the LLT with 4% health left, and the metal extractor also with 4% health. LLT does not go down. That's surprising there. I expected that to drop pretty quickly, but no. Barcast survives another engagement. And as long as he's able to keep this up and keep expanding, Barcast should be in a good position here. There is a quick engagement on the top, destroying a metal extractor on the radar tower, but the con is nearby anyway. So although it loses a metal extractor, not the end of the world. As we select Barcast here, he does have a bit of a radar shortage, which he's now just fixed, giving him vision on these units. Oh, but the cons. Oof, Barcast temporary mismanagement of the constructor there has him lose one. Luckily, not both. Now, with both of these players going vehicles, they do not have access to res bots here, so a lost con is a lost time investment. And Domino losing one of his own there as well. So all southward expansion will be delayed now for a short time. Oh, and we just missed it, but Barcast also managing to get the northward expanding con as well. So Domino down 2 constructors to Barcast's 1. I'm surprised he's actually still going. I don't expect these guys to... Oh, I don't expect these guys to last, but this guy's managed to make it through. He should be able to get the metal extractor if... Oh no, he's moved it away. Barcast desperately trying to grab this constructor here, but this blitz will die before that happens. Pretty close, but no cigar. Just a bit of a skirting engagement here. These blitzes just continuing to move, not wanting to get caught from behind, but they are just going to get sandwiched here, I think, by the 3 different forces of Domino. There's a bit of a mistake by Barcast here, moving these guys in, really. Getting completely surrounded. These forces will get mopped up pretty quickly here. And the problem with vehicles is that they are expensive and take a while to build, and every time you lose one, that's quite a big loss. And now with Domino having 18 blitzes, Barcast has nowhere near that amount, and he's not going to really be able to stop this push right away. He's still only building blitzes. Surprisingly, Domino did not continue that push. It must be because Barcast has distracted him in the center with a few blitzes here. Does not really get any value from that at all. He is just trying to cause attention to be spent in multiple locations, which is working out for him so far. He's trying to grab a con here, which he does manage to do. Well played, Barcast. Barcast actually doing really well with his energy and his just general metal income at the moment. Domino, on the other hand, as we select him up here, is having a severe energy shortage right now. Oh, is that constructor going to be able to run away? No, it doesn't. And the LLT goes down very quickly, and so do those defending forces. Domino playing interestingly here. He's not really wanting to commit. Barcast's quick, like, occasional raids in places is doing enough to kind of just put Domino off a full engagement. He's just taken out, like, single mexes here and there. And full engagement now finally happened at the bottom as he gets a constructor there. A double LLT will go down very quickly here. But again, Domino just does not want to continue that push and falls back. How many are we looking at? 16 to 11. Like, don't get me wrong, the choosing to not go in here so that you're not basically feeding metal, fine, that's fine. But he's, I don't know, he's just being a bit too hesitant. He doesn't know it right now, but of course he has the army advantage. But Barcast has been doing some successful raids, just getting in, killing a metal extractor here and there. With low quantities of units. We've got to see 2 there. This guy's going to go up here. He's going to be able to pick up 2 metal extractors, maybe even able to get a constructor if it's being microed. Nope, will not. The double LLTs here being enough to put off Domino yet again. Meanwhile, another constructor at the south for Domino getting killed. Kind of wish I had like a constructor count just somewhere that was just like how many constructors you'd killed, because I think this would help quite a lot here. Oh, I could have maybe got that if he would have just focused it down. Domino, though, transitioning over air here to get some gunships out. Probably just to pick up metal extractors here and there where he can. There's no air defense just yet. Barcast has got a big push along the top, but there's a big army from Domino going along the bottom here, as well as in the center, dealing with a small push. Barcast will lose 2 constructors here at the bottom. Now again, this is a big enough force here that he could just continue driving. Domino does not, again, hesitates, pulls back. And is now going to drive these guys straight through a whole bunch of LLTs. Here come the gunships, though. Aiming for the build power first. Making sure he keeps the AA down. Two AA turrets do manage to get built. Whistler's also coming out here. Finally see some base damage. All the gunships have now died though. Barcast losing quite a bit there. I wouldn't say it's necessarily GG just yet. Oh, he's going to lose a big chunk of win. I'm surprised he's built so many wins, to be honest with you. Oh, he loses pretty much that entire wind farm. Ouch. That's a big loss. 1.65k metal in his base now, which is basically how much Barcast was ahead. And now, due to that, he has not really many forces left, and this force should be enough here by Domino to clean up this northern side. Appearance of bombers have been leaked. Going just purely for the metal extractors, but not able to get enough damage, actually. Trying to go back for a second run just to get those metal extractors. So many LLTs. Barcast just isn't having the energy to fire them all. And you know what? Somehow, Barcast retains his foothold in the center with that factory. Domino unable to push him out of that area. And somehow Barcast manages to live to fight another day. For now, at least. Constructor in the center, Barcast does manage to pick it up. But he is severely down on usable units at the moment. He's got a big clump at the top, big, decent-ish clump at the bottom. But if Domino just groups up his forces here and pushes all in one spot, these forces at the top are going to be very out of position. Barcast is desperately running them south to try and help his main base, but it may be a little too late. As we select Barcast's view here, he does have this radar in the center, which is doing tremendous work for him right now, as he just doesn't have vision. Barcast also choosing here to be on the offensive rather than the defensive here. as these units do just make it straight through, picking up yet another con. But instead, he's going to attack. And the forces that were in the middle that we were worried about instead have gone to defend instead. The LLTs in the base do defend successfully against that attack. 3 solars did end up going down. It's just still 1 blitz just there. Barcast has a lot of metal extractors. But because he has this factory at the top, he can rebuild relatively quickly here. Although he isn't right now, he's just eating all the metal. I think Domino's choice here is probably the right choice. He's pretty messed up his opponent's base. And because of that, he does have time to go Tech 2 here. I don't think he necessarily needs to. I think if he transitioned out of blitzes into, you know, maybe just stouts, that would be enough to push through here. But this transition to Tech 2 has limited his unit production a little bit, and Barcast does seem to be making the most of that right now. Barcast applying pressure on the north and the south. Where are these air cons going? Oh, just attempting to get the reclaim, apparently. Huh. Quick! Build the LLTs! Battle of the cons. Who can build the static defenses first? Oh. Barcast wins this fight. And yes, we see Stout starting to come out from Barcast here. He's still holding this North factory pretty well. I was about to say I'm surprised we don't see any fighters from Barcast, but he has started building some now. Barcast with a metal problem right now. He obviously lost most of his metal extractors, and because of that, he really needs to rebuild as quick as he can. Now, the problem that Barcast does have is that he's now going to be facing Jags, which will melt blitzes. And most of the units Barcast currently has is blitzes. He does also now get the alert that Tech 2 unit detected, so he knows that Domino is Tech 2. So Barcast now has a decision to make. What's he going to do about it? Is he going to try and transition himself? Is he going to double down on Tech 1? Who knows? You see the Blitz army at the top trying to get some value here, chasing down a console. There is a Tech 2 constructor up here, which he may be able to grab. And actually, surprisingly, we see Domino having to retreat pretty much everything here in order to try and defend against the overwhelming forces of blitzes on the north. Instead, most of the blitzes are able to draw away the Jaguars in the center. Just by the sheer quantity of units, Domino has to field his less quantity of units in a shorter area in order to make sure that these blitzes don't get through. But with all of the Jags pushed to the north, Barcast is able to continue putting some pressure on in the center here. And at the bottom, with Stouts moving up. Because we'll try and have the camera like this here so you can see both things. Clears up some metal extractors. Keep an eye on this for a moment here as the Jags do start cleaning up these blitzes pretty quickly, but they'll be a bit slower with Stouts. And Domino, rather than being defensive with this northern force here, decides to go on the offensive. The vehicle lab that was up here has been completely eaten. And just a sheer quantity of defenses being built here by Barcast. There's a deterrent from taking these metal extractors, a bunch of beamers. Doesn't have the energy though to fire it, Barcast, but it will stop that attack going any further. Barcast with a bot lab here in order to just try and get some of that reclaim, which is a very smart move because a lot of the reclaim is being left on the field, and if he's able to get some of it just with a couple of resbots here and there, then why not? Barcast has transitioned to Tech 2 vehicles himself here, also eating his air lab. So another air lab from Domino would kind of give Barcast a bit of a trouble again. But Jags do have AA. This is interesting. This is really anyone's game right now. Although Domino is ahead with the Tech 2 metal extractors, Barcast's position in this north right-hand corner is pretty strong, and the bottom corner here as well for Barcast also being strong. He's not really able to control the center quite as much, but then that's kind of what we predicted. Domino's trying to kind of contain Barcast in this corner here, but Domino unable really to secure this bottom corner of the map from himself. He's also surprisingly losing this corner quite a lot, which I did not expect. I expected Domino to be able to basically effectively control like this kind of the map due to Barcast's start position. But that has not been the case, and Barcast has been able to do a tremendous amount of raiding and getting some great value from those raids, even if it's just pure distraction. Domino, I would say, has a bit of an aggression problem. He is probably being a little bit too hesitant and probably not risking enough here. There's been quite a few times he's definitely had the advantage, but he has basically chosen to play defensive instead. And Barcast is kind of leaning into that. Like right now, Barcast sees all of these units in the center here, but because he knows Domino is going to be a defensive, he is just making the most of that and goes in and tries to do as much damage. And that's literally what we see right now as Domino pulls back all of his Jags here in an attempt to stop Barcast. And all Barcast needs to do is get in, kill some stuff, get out. Now the Bulls do kind of make a meander to the front, but realistically all they've done is get a radar and then falling back. Like, it's not the best of what they could have done. And yeah, I think Barcast has pretty much realized that is how Domino plays, and so he's just going to make the most of that now. Barcast doing a good job here at just cleaning up a little bit of expansion here and there. He's spreading Domino as wide as possible, forcing him to try and move his units around where he wants them to kind of take pressure off other locations. Both players did rebuild air, but Barcast went for fighters. Domino with no fighters at all. Well, a single fighter, not really a lot, really. Emergency mines attempted to be built by Barcast there, but instead causes him to blow up instead. And Domino may finally be able to clear up this top right-hand corner if he continues on with the push, but the Bulls No, he is actually pushing the balls in now. So, yeah, finally able to clear up this corner. If he doesn't hesitate away from it, that is. Bulls make very, very short work of beamers. Although Domino's biggest problem is they keep just grouping up the units in like small sections rather than like, you know, one big bull push. He could have probably not lost that other bull if he wouldn't have done that. But yeah, bulls do the job here, clearing up that top corner, putting Domino even more ahead when it comes to economy. And as we quickly look over the base of Domino, plenty of advanced solars, one fusion up so far. Whereas when we look over to Barcast, we do see actually a fair amount of advanced fusions here. 13, let's see, 13 to 13. And Barcast getting his fusion up. Now, Barcast has actually recycled his air lab here. So he needs to be careful to not lose the fighters that he has. Although I'm thinking he's just being like, well, I'll just punch out some flak if needed. I mean, this is still anyone's game. Medal produced wise, even though Domino has been in a decent like lead of metal a second for a while now, he is only just about to break even on total metal produced. So yeah, it's still anyone's. Oh, okay. Domino's plan to win this game is a nuke. He is going nuke. Well, so basically he's gonna just try and not really aggro Barcast, try and play it safe, keep his units safe, because he's not going to be pumping out anywhere near as many units now while he's building that nuke. Surprisingly, it seems he actually reclaimed his Tech 2 lab here in an attempt to get the nuke built quicker, which the nuke is now at 85%, so that was built pretty quickly. So again, we have kind of a time frame here where Barcast has a bit of a gap to catch up in army value, but it's an anti-nuke has already been built. And Barcast will have an anti-nuke missile done before that nuke finishes. Did Domino not see that? No. No, he didn't. Barcast must have realized, right, what's he scanning for? And he's clearly scouting for a nuke, so... Good instincts there by Barcast. Instantly knowing, well, if you're scouting, let's get that anti-nuke up quick. Barcast unable to get a con at the top, but continues pushing here. On the south, managing to kill some beamers and deny a building of a AGO. He does stop the console building the AGOs as well, getting 3 console kills. But losing quite a lot of bulls to that attack. Barcast also picking up 2 Tech 2 metal extractors for his troubles as well. You know, Domino just holding in the center here with 8 bulls. Enough to cause problems. And beamers also do end up killing. Oh. Here come the scouts again. Has he seen the anti-nuke? He has seen the anti-nuke. So now the question is, Domino, what are you going to do with that nuke? It's ready to go. And it's eating 8 of your metal a second. Ooh. Hero ticks. Hero ticks. I know there's a big fight going on at the bottom, but if these ticks can manage to make their mark. Boom! A little assistance from a single bull there, but that's a big energy hit there to Domino, losing an AGO. He does have a couple of fusions up, so it's not the end of the world, but an AGO is a pretty tasty thing to have, and to lose it is not something you really want to happen. But this is a very, very scrappy game. There's no, like, big groups of units. No one's really able to amass a sizable force without losing the units. Barcast is trying to get some Tech 2 defenses up here and there. Although the position of this one kind of limits its firing arc to, like, this. So, not the best of positions. Barcast will be able to defend this attack very effectively. This rattlesnake, though, is going to cause him some problems in the long term if he doesn't remove it. Although he looks like he may just plan on pushing a ridiculous amount of ticks at the problem. Pop-ups are great, but will not withstand such a large quantity of bulls here. And at the same time as this attack goes on at the top, the bulls and ticks make their march in and deal with the rattlesnake at the bottom. And there goes all the defenses of Barcast's top quarter. And finally, for the first time in 36 minutes, Domino finally clears out the top right-hand corner of the map. And now the players are almost equal. There's a lot of eating going on at the moment. When it comes to map control, fairly even. So it seems like Domino's plan here, he's going to go in with EMP bombers to EMP the anti-nuke and then go in with his own nuke. Now, will he be able to pull that off? That remains to be seen. Barcast has a few flak trucks roaming around. He does only have a single anti-nuke. Does Barcast even know his opponent has a nuke? No. Okay. Barcast could really do with another scout, but Barcast now adding marauders to his lineup. Now, for those that aren't aware, marauders do have AA as well. Although it's not, you know, the best AA in the world, it is still some form of AA. What does Barcast see? Barcast has a limited vision here. All of the airs at the top. He's desperately running them back. Here come the EMP bombers. And the anti-nuke is jammed. It's EMP'd. Does the nuke go off? Nuke is launched. Will the anti-nuke come off in time? EMP. It kind of did. I mean, everything still blew up, but I'm pretty sure if that nuke landed properly, it should have done a bit more damage than that. I don't know. It's got the damage and the hole in the front, but meanwhile, Barcast has reciprocated that attack with one of his own. A bull and marauder combined push here. Flak in the back, trying to add to the defensive options here of that gunships that were coming out from Domino just at the end there. This is still not the end for Barcast. Second nuke goes off, hitting the rest of Barcast's base. we quickly switch over? There goes Barcast base. Domino's D-guns. Domino D-guns all the marauders. And with that, Barcast calls the GG. Tremendous game.
Battle ended.
Very, very well played. Barcast did a lot there to win. He was doing tremendously. If only he had 2 anti-nukes, it would have been a completely different game. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.